What's up, guys? It's Looney Team T trying out the new Transformer game. Alright, so as you guys can see, right at this point, I was kind of checking some stuff out. I was actually trying to figure out how to turn the volume down for the music at this point. But let's go ahead and get into the video. So, right here, I hit my deploy, and as you guys will see, the loading on this game, right off the bat, took forever. It really did. There was a lot of loading in this game. It was a little difficult to actually create an account if you had an existing account on RuneScape. And this might not affect anybody that is not a veteran player like way far back in the day. But I did have to switch some emails because I was registered through the email. It wouldn't let me through that email. So I actually had to make a new email to get in. But sometimes stuff like that happens. I was really curious to play the game. So we're going to finally get into the game and see what was going on. So as you guys can see, I'm still in the loading screen. The loading screen will only last maybe about 10 more seconds here. But the loading actually did last a very long time. Now the little Transformer dude there, as you can see, was he looked kind of cool. It wasn't too bad, and we're actually going to get into the tutorial right now. Now, the tutorial here, it wasn't bad from what I actually got to play, and you guys will see in a second. Now, this was like a little cutscene, and in my opinion, this is just my opinion, and this is my first impression of the video, or this video game. It looked really bad. It looked really bad. There's a lot of other games out there like this, and this game just did not look good. You guys can kind of see the buildings, and even look at the little robot talking. It just didn't look good. Now here was another problem that I came into, was the driving on this. Now you would think because you were able to use your WS to go forward, your W to go forward, and S to brake, you would think that A and D would be to turn, correct? Not at all. The steering was, you had to steer with your mouse. So you're going like right and left, and W to go forward, and you're turning right and left with the mouse. The left click was the gun, and as you guys will see in a second, it gives me information. The nitro is the right click to hold. It handled good, though. It really did. The handling actually was fairly good on the movement. So if I wanted to turn somewhere, it actually turned pretty good. So here, I wanted to get away from the head to the waypoint a little bit, and I wanted to explore. So I actually came up, and there was actually another person online playing. So I guess you can play the tutorial with other people. So as you guys can see, there's someone right there. I was shooting at him. He's in green, so he is my friend, so I wouldn't be able to destroy him anyway. But I kind of wanted to take advantage of, kind of chasing him and seeing what I could do there. Now, as you guys can see here, I get stuck, which I have no idea how to get unstuck, really. So I couldn't get to my waypoint, and I couldn't get to the other objectives. It's kind of frustrating. I was trying to do whatever I could, switching camera angles, using my nitro boost, but there was really nothing I could do to get out of this situation, as you guys can see. Kind of sucked, but I guess that's just how it goes, I guess, in the tutorial. Maybe they'll fix it, but you can kind of see the buildings in the background. They didn't look good. Right here, I actually hit F4 to skip the tutorial, because I was stuck. There was nothing I can do. So you can see this doesn't look bad. The whole like robots guys here. I've got the guy with the big axe in the beginning, and They don't look too bad, and I finally figured out how to switch the music down. So that's what I did in the video. I'm actually doing a voice-over of it. That's why it's not live gameplay, but I'm pretty much saying the same thing other than, man, this sucks, because it really did. It was a little frustrating. So as you can see, we were back at another loading screen. This loading screen took a while, but what I did is I actually cut that out right in the beginning. So I thought, okay, we're going to go into some battling, right? Not yet. So as you guys can see, right about now. Okay, so we're at 100. I was like, okay, here we go. So I get into some little teleport area. I'm not sure what it is. It's another little cutscene. It looked like there's some portals where I can walk into. So I see another dude there, and I go in and I try to shoot him with my weapons, but it didn't work. You can see in the right bottom corner it says auto queue for match. So I guess I'm kind of just waiting around. And, I went up to this guy and, I couldn't shoot him. And then I went back to another loading screen. This loading screen took me about 5 to 7 minutes. It was really ridiculous and really frustrating. It seemed right on the beginning of the game, I went loading screen to loading screen to loading screen. And, I almost completely shut it off because I didn't think I was going to be able to play. But after a while, I finally got in, and I was finally able to do some of the fighting. But the problem is I missed out on a lot of the tutorial, so I was missing a lot of key elements. So right here, I'm actually going to go into the battle scene. Should be right about now. Maybe it was a little bit more loading. Give me a second. All right, here we go. So I actually cut a big old section off. That's why I thought I was going to go back in the editing. Okay, so here we are. So, again, the game does not look good. But for a Jagex game, that's kind of what you come to expect. You can tell they were trying to make it look good. The grass effects and whatever, you guys can kind of see the grass in the bottom. Okay. Here we are in a PvP match. It looks like it's 4-on-4. The match length is fairly a long time, but as you guys can see here, I'm testing out the guns and stuff because the setup on the weapons and how to attack was very frustrating. It didn't work out really well for me. I didn't like it at all. So as you guys can see, there's a red a guy with a red name tag over him. That's an enemy. As you guys can see, I'm blowing this guy up pretty good here. And then his buddy comes in. I don't know if it's a taunt mechanism or what, but because it's a closer target, my conning system goes away. Now I'm trying to kill this guy. He finally gets conned after a while because, like I said, I missed the tutorial. I don't know if you can con, if you could, whatever you do. But it was really frustrating because there was nothing I can do, especially when I was trying to get a kill on the first guy. The other guy comes in, my con automatically switches. I couldn't switch it back. I couldn't get away. I kind of just got ambushed. That's kind of what happens in a PvP game anyway, and that's not a big deal. So here I am. I'm back, and I got to repair this dude. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click repair, and then I'm able to deploy again. And I'm actually able to get right back into the battle. The loading screen wasn't bad at all in this scenario. As you guys can see, that was real footage of me getting right back in. So here I go again. I'm gonna try to do a little bit different. It auto cons there. I have I'm able to start shooting because what you do is you left click to shoot. If you hit 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, you switch weapons. Now there you saw me hit tab, and I was trying to tab out because I thought, well, maybe tab was a conning situation, and it wasn't. Now here I got a big axe, and I'm charging my attack and not really doing anything. I switch back to my weapon. I'm trying to line of sight him to not get hit. I have someone in trying to help me here. I'm shooting. I got a read line of sight. the combat just felt really bad. And I'm not saying that to hate on anybody. It's just to switch to the switching of the guns and the attacking and not being able to con was really frustrating. And you might be able to con, but because I got stuck so early on in the little first area, I wasn't able to figure that out. Now I know there are some healing abilities because I did see someone healing, and as you guys can see, that guy has a little shield on. So obviously there's a shielding ability. Now there's another option to buy some stuff right there. I don't know if that's a microtransaction thing or not. I really hope not already into the game. But I go back into the hangar and I re-get my guy and we're about to go at it again. You know, we're about to go fight again. Now, the gameplay is kind of the same thing over and over and over from here on out. My thoughts on the game: the driving really sucked. I didn't like how the driving was. I guess when you get used to it, you get used to it. But when I'm using my my keyboard to be able to drive and turn, you'd think I'd be able to use the whole thing. I wouldn't have to use my mouse. It was just kind of frustrating for me. Now the whole combat scene of using the mouse and the numbers to switch off and for the weapons, I didn't like that at all. It was pretty easy, but I didn't like it at all. The conning was to be able to con a target. If it does exist, I would love to have known in the tutorial. If I get stuck on something, I wish there was an option to get unstuck. There might be. This game is new, but my first thoughts of the game, I wish it looked better because it does look really bad. It for a game like this, when I hear Transformers, the number one thing that I think is it looks amazing. Transformers looks amazing, whatever way that you guys see it. The combat was very basic. The buildings and whatnot, the only thing that I felt they were there for was maybe to line of sight some abilities. I didn't see they were interacting with anything. I couldn't, destroy the building if I was by it. A lot of games are trying to get that way. This game was clearly not. It just seemed really cheap to me, and it's a free-to-play game, so I guess they can't do much. But whenever this looks amazing right here. I think it looked really good. But when you get into the gameplay, it was not like that. And that was kind of discouraging to me. But everybody's going to have their own thoughts, and that's about it. So, and like always, anything goes good with the Dragon Med. And if you guys are having fun playing this game, keep playing it. But it was just a little frustrating to me. And if you guys do want your mouse cursor back, you have to hit escape to be able to use your mouse cursor. So, that's about it. Thanks, guys.